What a game. Could you say that this was maybe the best game since you came in Partizan?
Yeah, man, it was crazy. Energy was crazy in the building. Team had a lot of energy, committed in both ends on the floor. It was just a beautiful display of basketball. You know, I think we came out there together. We played together from the first second to the last second, and you know, obviously the result show for itself. But yeah, great game, man. Great game. Gotta give the team a lot of credit on that one for sure.
You were fighting against the team that won the Eurolige in the past year. That's one of the best teams in Europe. How did you manage to win so convincingly?
I mean, I just feel like lately the last few weeks, the last couple of weeks, we kind of been going through a new kind of sort of wave of energy per se. I think just everybody's real committed to what we're doing. Everybody's trying to understand better everything and each other's role on the team. I think we just we've bonded a lot more, a lot better as of late. You can tell that we all get along pretty close with one another, and those things when they come together off the court, obviously it's easy to show out there on the floor. So it's nothing but basketball at the end of the day. We just gotta try to continue to find ways to play good basketball, continue to build in the right direction. I think this is a great win for us to build upon and continue to try to use the good habits that we built today and the past game, even though we lost it. I think those are things that you got to just continue to build upon.
In that moment when Rogavopoulos made that unsportsmanlike foul on Luck, it seemed like everybody jumped ready to fight Rogavopoulos in the very second.
It's just that's one of those plays that there is no place for that in basketball. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's just basketball. Whether you are called for foul or not, at the end of the day, the refs already made the decision. One of the referees came to me today and told me, sometimes they hit you a lot and we don't call it, so I wanted to let you know that we've seen it. But at the end of the day, you got to figure out a way to play through those things and keep the emotions cool. I might not be the right person to talk about that, but I mean, it's just what it is, But that's just one of those things that it's ugly for the game of basketball, and I'm just glad things got solved the right way.
You mentioned that word bonding, and in that moment when he fell down, you were ready to fight for Luck. It's like everybody were up, ready to go up there and fight for it.
Yeah, man, Luck is one of us. No, he's our guy. Obviously you don't want to see your guy, your brother go through that. Within the opponents, other players. So I think like I said, this is just one of those things that we wouldn't have done to any of them. So I think that's ugly and bad to see them doing. But at the end of the day, it's a basketball play. Frustrations got into him. The emotions got the best out of him in that specific situation. That doesn't make him a bad person or bad guy. So we understand it. We all been through that. I've been through that in moments in games where I kind of just got hot-headed. But that's all it is. Basketball goes on and then things continue.
Bruno, you're playing great lately. Do you feel like you're playing great?
Oh, thank you.
And do you think this is the best basketball overseas, at least in this side?
I mean, I just feel good, man. I feel good. I got a coach that believes in me. I got a whole team and a lot of people around me that I get along with very well. Every day we kind of just we gel so well off the court. I'm like one of those guys that's just like the relationship guys with everybody. Just keep the vibes going. But I think that's just one of those things. Once you get comfortable off the court and you're able to just mingle well with your teammates and find exactly what it is the coach wants for you, you get comfortable mentally. I think that at the end of the day, for me, it's more about mentally than anything else. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just catch yourself in a situation in between where you start asking yourself some questions and doubting yourself in certain situations. But I think that once confidence sets in again, it's just it's one of those places for a basketball player or for anybody else in sports or in life in general that you just can't go anywhere but up. So I think that's what it is for me, just being confident out there.